Hi all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is week 2 of Inktober. Honestly, I was a lot happier with this week. I had a lot more ideas. I did have one day that you'll see where I just didn't try that hard, but the rest of the time I had quite a lot of ideas and I was definitely getting more used to the medium. Anyway, let's get cracking with this, shall we? Okay, so day 8, the prompt I gave myself was snake. I also wanted to practice hands from when I did the witch's hands, if you remember from the last video. I did like those hands, but they weren't exactly what I was looking for, so I decided to do some more hands. At first I honestly thought I'd messed it up because I'd done it all a bit too dark, but I went over it in my white gel pen and I'm kind of pleased with the results. Not quite what I thought it would be, but yeah, not too bad. Day 9, I decided to do a Japanese mask, just to something a little bit different. This one got a lot less detail into it, nowhere near as much ink was used on this piece, and I used a little bit of my pink pen here just to give the tongue a little bit of a difference from the rest of the mask. I've always been really inspired by Japanese masks. I love different artists that use them in their work, so I thought this was a good time to actually try and draw one myself. Day 10, just did a moon and some clouds. This was the day where I just wasn't really trying that hard, a bit tired after work and just couldn't really get myself motivated, so I just did a simple ink wash on the background and just left space for the moon and the clouds and stuff. Nothing major, pretty simple this one. But I think especially like one thing that's important with Inktober is not to overdo it, so it's okay to have some days where it's a little bit less work, you know, base it on your motivation skills rather than pressuring yourself to do an amazing piece every single day. Day 11 was mushrooms. So I did just the mushrooms at first and I was really pleased how they went, but I thought they looked a little bit lonely, so I thought I would do a little firefly here. Again, mainly ink with the white gel pen. I'm actually really pleased with this one. I think this is one of my favourites of this week. Really actually enjoyed this piece. Day 12, Medusa, pretty self-explanatory. Honestly, it was actually quite difficult doing all the snakes as hair. It was a lot more complicated than what I thought it would be. I thought, oh, I'll just do a load of snakes, but actually, because I wanted them like all intertwined and things like that, that was actually took me a little bit longer. So this piece, from start to finish, probably took about an hour, which doesn't sound like that long, but most of the other pieces have been averaging about 20 minutes. So I spent quite a bit longer on this one. But I'm really pleased with the results. I actually used the face from my 100 heads challenge, which if you follow me on Instagram you would have seen that, and I just thought the facial expression was kind of what I was looking for, and I thought rather than always using references off the internet it would be good to use a reference I've already drawn. So I did that and then added all the snakes to it, light washes of ink, and then some highlighter as well. But yeah, I'm pleased with how that one turned out. Like I said, a lot more complicated than what I thought, but I'm pleased I stuck with it. This one was another one that I used my 100 heads challenge as a reference. My little mummy girl. Honestly, this one didn't take that long. It was really simple, really laid back, but I'm still really pleased with the results. I quite like how simple it is compared to Medusa, where she's a lot more going on, a lot more detailing and stuff. This one's kind of stripped bare, a lot more basic and things like that, and I quite like having that comparison between the two next to each other. So yeah, pleased with this one, a nice simple one to end the day on. And this is my final one. I'm kind of going into a bit of a challenge where I'm trying to end each week on a smaller figure. So let me just get it. So from the end of last week I ended on this one, where it was a small little figure, which was okay, not quite what I was looking for. So then I thought I'd end this week on another small little figure, this time inside a coffin. So the prompt that I'd given myself was coffin, but I didn't want to draw a coffin just on its own. I wanted to do like a little creepy creature. What did I say about this one? Honestly, I feel like the figure bit is better than last week, so I'm feeling more confident in that, so that's a plus. But I really do need to work on faces when they're so small. Let me see if I can do it a little bit closer for you. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it just needs a little bit of work, but considering this is only the second time I've drawn a figure this small and a full body figure, when, as you would see from these, I'm very much used to doing just a head, sometimes shoulders. I think I've done okay. I do prefer it to my last one that I did, if I can find it. Yeah, so I much prefer it to that one, but I think I could still improve. So that's another kind of challenge that I've given myself without realising, is at the end of each week I want to be doing a small figure and just trying to track my progress week on week on how I'm improving with that. So fingers crossed. Now, this week you would have seen that I have not used any other colour in my pieces apart from in my mask, where I did that tiny bit of pink. The rest of them have all been black and white, so I've been a lot more strict on myself this week than I was last week, where I'd used a lot more colour in my pieces. It was very challenging, but I'm quite pleased with the results. I'm pleased with how it worked out. I think it's a good one to try and challenge yourself a bit more, and I thought last week I'd been really lenient on myself, letting myself have 3 colours. So what I'm probably going to do is each week allow myself to have one colour. So this week I allowed myself to have pink, and the only time pink really went with any of these was that tongue in the mask. So next week I'll choose between the blue or the orange and allow myself to use that in one piece, and then do the same for the last week. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, overall I'm really pleased on how Inktober's progressing. As said, I feel a lot more confident, and I've definitely learned how to use ink a lot better, though I'm still working on it. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying this style of video. It's a lot more laid back and a lot more just me explaining about each piece, and like I said, I'm not following a prompt list or anything, it's more just ideas I'm giving myself. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I will catch you next week for week 3. So far I'm managing pretty well to do one every evening. Bit tiring after work, but we are getting there. But yeah, let me know what you think. What was your favourite image out of the 7 days that I did? How's your Inktober progressing? And look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.